snow crunched loudly under my boots. It began to get dark outside. A cold wind began to blow, and I put on my hood. I had quite a bit to reach my grandmother's entrance. I wanted to get to her as soon as possible, warm up in her warm apartment, and drink hot tea. I went to the iron door, dialed the number, and entered the house. I went up to the floor, opened my grandmother's door, and immediately the warm air warmed me. Grandmother looked at me sleepily, turning the TV down, and said, "Oh, Mike, have you come already?" She hugged me, and I hugged her. I hung up my jacket and sat next to my grandmother. I asked, "How are you?" "Everything is fine. Your grandmother is still full of strain." I smiled and looked at the TV. They showed the news of the city. God, it started again. I asked, "What are you talking about?" Grandma looked at me and said, "Mike, you know all my childhood. I told you a lot of stories when I was young. But one story I hide from you." Interesting. Tell me." She smiled and said, "Okay, but then don't complain about the nightmares." I was a little afraid of her words. She started the story. "It happened when I was 14. Then I lived in a small town. I don't now remember the state anymore, but it doesn't matter. Then it was very cold outside and there was a lot of snow. At one point, children began to disappear. Someone didn't come home after school, or someone didn't come back from the store, and there were no traces. No one saw anything. The city went crazy about it. The police stood at school at playing grounds. All this horror continued until spring, and when spring came, the children were found. All the dead bodies of children were in Snowman. It's terrible, but brilliant. When a maniac killed children, he made a snowman and put the children inside. My grandmother stopped talking and pointed at the TV. I got scared and switched to another channel. I stayed with my grandmother for a while, took the family album, and went home. I walked alone a dark street and thought about this story. And on the way I saw snowmen more than once, who just stood there, and it is not known what is inside them.